Hi, and thank you for joining. This is Danny Palacio, and I'm the host of A Waking Moment podcast. And this is the Spark Question of the Week. So, the intent here is to ask a question. I'll do a little bit of sharing, and hopefully, all of that will spark something within you to ponder, to reflect, to shift, to change, and to grow. And so, today's question is: are you the first priority in your life? And that's a big question. So let's take a moment. When people hear first and they worry about their value or their worthiness, or for some reason there's a part of us that says, oh, I can't be first. I have to care for other people. I have to give to my work, to my job, to my family, to, the community, a friend. And we often put ourselves second, third, fourth, fifth on the list. And so today I want to encourage you to put yourself first. Most of us have flown on an airplane, and the flight attendants always give you the safety protocols, and they're always like, if there's a child next to you and the air mask stuff comes down, to put yours on first and then help the child next to you. And it's very similar. So let's talk a little bit about why and how you can put yourself first. I also, in my coaching practice, always have used, is your cup overflowing? And you are the cup, and it should be overflowing with rest and positive thoughts about yourself and self-care activities. Maybe if you like exercise, maybe running, or maybe yoga, maybe Pilates, self-care items like taking a long bath or shaving your armpits because you haven't and you want to. It's kind of a funny one, but oftentimes you jump in the shower, you do a quick shower and you jump out and you get going and you're on your way. But taking those extra minutes to do the things that feel like you're being pampered is a beautiful way to recognize yourself as important. And when you are full, when your cup is full, you have all the resources within you. You have a clear mind, you have a healthy body, you have excess energy, maybe you have an idea and a thought and a commitment and a passion towards your life and towards the people and things in your life. But when your cup is low and you're reaching in and still trying to ladle that out to give to other people, all you're doing is taking away from yourself. And all you're giving is less than what you would want to give. Because your desire to give, your desire to be supportive, to be available, to offer opportunities for others to feel good, to be taken care of, to know that they're important, because that gives you joy to make someone feel, although you can't make anyone feel it. They kind of want to have to do it on their own, but you can encourage them, you can spark them, you can inspire them through your actions. So this week, if you don't put yourself on the very first thing, your first priority of every day, try to remember that it's important. It's important to make yourself be the first priority, to make sure that you're grounded, that you've taken a moment to check in, that you have a clear mind, that you are aware that getting your nourishment, and that can be in multiple ways. It can be emotionally nourishing by reinforcing that you're a good person, that you're kind, that you love yourself, that you're important, that you value who you are and what you give to others. It can be mental. So, are your thoughts clear? Do you have an idea of what you need to get done today or what you feel is important today? And that can shift over the course of the day, right? But are you starting out with an idea? Not pressure, not anxiety, not a have to do list, but an idea of, oh, Today, at the end of my day, I will feel accomplished. I will feel love. I will feel good towards myself if I, 1, 2, 3, just 3 simple things. And maybe it's not 3, maybe it's 5. Whatever the number is for you, ask yourself at the end of the day, what would you need to do, feel, experience to know that you are important, to know that you put yourself first, and spiritually, energetically. We live in a world where there are so many energies moving, that there is so many thoughts and feelings being thrown out by everyone. Um, you know, uh, Rage in a car, where someone cuts you off and you're like, "Wah, wah, wah, wah," and you yell at them. That's a source of built up anger, frustration, agitation. And it's not really about that driver that did that. It's about what's going on inside of you. It's about that part of you that you haven't allowed out, that you haven't allowed an expression for. So these are all ways that you can make sure that you're putting yourself first. If you are recognizing that you are reactionary, if you are highly quick to an emotion, whether that's sadness, joy, anger, frustration, agitation, hatred, love, even love, if you're so quick to respond with that, you probably are bypassing yourself. You're probably putting yourself at a much lower priority in your life than is in alignment with your soul and with your purpose and with who you are. And the more we can make ourselves the first priority, guess what? The more expansion. That cup is full, right? So now it's overflowing. And that overflow of joy and possibility and love and awareness and self-care and, good, beautiful, nurturing things that overflow because we've taken care of ourselves, all that overflow is full of life force, full of love, full of possibility for everyone else in your life. And they will feel the difference. They will feel when you show up that you are full and overflowing, and that they get the benefit of your overflow, versus digging deep down and pulling out that last little ounce of joy, of care, of comfort. It will feel different because it will be abundant versus lacking. You've had to give up part of yourself in that moment because your cup isn't overflowing. And some might ask, well, how will I know if my cup is overflowing? Because it will be effortless to show up for someone. It will be effortless to offer, oh, I can do that for you, or I would love to go to the grocery store, or I'll run that errand for you, or you become more generous in your offering. You use more of your time because you feel like you have it. You genuinely, authentically give love because it's overflowing, and because you feel loved, you can give love. You can't give anything you don't feel and know and have. That's a form of, well, it's inauthentic, is how I'm going to say it. It's you want to, and you have the best intention to provide comfort, love, support, time. But when you don't feel it for yourself and you don't have a full cup, it's lacking. It's almost untrustworthy. If the other person is sensitive, they will sense that you are having to give it. You're forcing it out. And even though that's not our intention, to make someone feel like, I love you, but it's not as much as I could right now. And, all of that. And honestly, people are more sensitive than they give themselves credit for. And so are you. So are you the first priority in your life? I really want you to reflect on that this week and come up with a game plan. Come up with 1 or 2 things that would help you put yourself first. And how do you want to feel at the end of the day? Do you want to feel exhausted and spent and your cup is empty and you're hoping that, your 6 to 8 hours of sleep that night are going to restore your cup to full? Guess what? It doesn't. It takes more action than that. It takes more intention than that. But once your cup is full, it's easier to keep it full. And when it gets down, be mindful of it lowering. Like I've been there, right? Where my cup is full and I'm so joyful, so available, so willing. And then I'll have a day where it was like, I got to give. And see, you got to even watch the words. I got to give. No, I want to give to my loved ones, to my friends, to my community, to myself, to my work. But it exhausted me. It somehow took a lot. And I noticed that my cup is, 3/4 full, or gosh, half full. Those are really hard days when that happens. It does though. So you're human. Don't beat yourself up for it. And I'll say, what do I need to do? And often it's take a few deep breaths, put some essential oils on because I really love essential oils. I also use flower essences a lot because they hold a frequency vibration that is full of life force. And depending on their color and where they were born and, grew, they add extra vitality. But that's just me. Maybe for you, it's put on your favorite song and dance it out. It could be make your favorite meal and sit down and enjoy it. Like set the phone down, turn the TV off, and actually have a meal with yourself. Whatever it is for you, give yourself the honor, the love to do it, to give it to yourself. So again, are you the first priority in your life? I really, truly hope you are. And if you're not, I will be sending you good thoughts so that you can make those changes to make sure that you're putting yourself first more and more and more often. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you haven't liked or subscribed or followed on my channels, please do. It helps other people find me, and I appreciate your support. Take care.